Okay guys, come on, real talk now. Me, you, right here, right now, real talk. The real issue at hand. Jinx and CJ, and reaction channels in general for that matter. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm of a completely neutral stance in the matter. Quite frankly, I don't care whether they do or do not make these videos. But, just some food for thought, my personal observations of the topic. Now, reaction channels. First and foremost, they are not a new phenomena. This new wave of hatred towards them has mostly been caused by larger channels that are very much jealous of the smaller channels and are happy about the rapid growth that in particular CJ and Jinx have seen. Let's be honest, none of these channels had such a liberal stance about copyright content when reaction channels were remaining small and to themselves. In addition to this, everyone was very much for the liberal use of content when it belonged to large companies. Why? Because despite what we might like to think, we don't have the right to provide restrictions on anyone else from using your content for their own creative purposes. That's just the way it works. And I'm well aware that many of you are going to say that they haven't actually created anything, but they have. Admittedly, not very creative, but the output of their channel is ultimately separate to the content that was input. Without rules like this in play, gameplay or review channels also couldn't work, and in many ways review channels and reaction channels are very similar. Admittedly in a much more micro scale, but the premise is still the same. Watch and or play something, and provide your personal response towards it. You could very well argue that gameplay channels are simply reacting to a game which in terms of licensing, they do not own. Which in the same way, YouTube videos do not technically belong to the creator in question. Once it's been uploaded to YouTube, it belongs to YouTube. That's why when you monetize videos, YouTube also takes a cut, because you're using their platform to publish. Next. Do they actually have the right? YouTube does prohibit the full use of monetization of someone else's content. By this description, what Jinx and CJ are doing is ultimately theft. There's no two ways about that. However, whether the video is the only content which is being used is very much up for debate. They have to some degree created their own input, thus providing a separate product. Now, I haven't studied law, nor do I claim to, but I'm just calling as I see it. The next issue is, of course, should they have to request to use the videos from these YouTubers, as opposed to the YouTubers having to request them to take it down? Well, if they are going to use their YouTube video to create a new product, then no, they shouldn't have to ask for it, end of story. As a content creator who uploads their content publicly, what happens from that point is fair game. As long as the pitch is still inside of YouTube's terms and conditions, that's just how it works, and it's the game that we all play. Lastly, does it matter? As I mentioned earlier, it goes without saying that a lot of the hatred directed towards these two is A, envy from other content creators, and also B, it's become a trend to hate them. Because there are YouTubers as large as PewDiePie addressing the issue, instantly a wave of motion follows behind this.
Oh my god, Jinx, PewDiePie said he hates you!
Huh? What'd I do?
There are very many fans out there who believe they have to follow whatever notion is the most popular, and quite frankly, there is no such objectivity to the issue at hand. They do have an element of charisma to them that makes them stand out above the rest, and that's why it comes with hate. On a personal note, I'm actually quite ashamed of PewDiePie for commenting on the issue. He of all people should know exactly what it's like to deal with the constant harassment of "you haven't earned this," and yet he's continued to grow in astronomical rates. And if you all remember quite correctly, there was even a period of time where PewDiePie himself removed his comment section completely from his videos because he just couldn't hack it. Apparently there was too much hate.
It's been bothering me for so long now. I've been trying to find solutions to it. I've been hoping that it would get better. I was hoping YouTube would try to figure a way out, but it doesn't seem like it, and I'm just sick of it. So I'm gonna turn the comments off forever. They're not coming back this time around, and I hope you understand my decision of doing that. I wouldn't say it as we lose something. I would say it as taking the next step in the right direction, because it's been going on for too long, this comment being shit, and it just bothers me.
Well, we're seeing the same thing again here, but just with a different channel in question. At the end of the day, there is a market for these videos, which, by default, means a supply and demand. People want to see more of it, and so they are getting more of it. The internet is a huge bank of information, and it is not unusual to want to know what someone's reaction towards something popular is going to be. It's the same reason you show a friend a game or watch a movie with someone else. You're interested in what they have to say, and personally, in that, I see nothing to hate. As always though, there is nothing objective, so I'd like very much to hear what your side of the debate is. Do you believe that both Jinx and CJ, along with any other reaction channel, are simply content thieves? Or do you believe that they are technically operating within the grounds of YouTube's fair use? Let us know in the comments below. This has been Kez from the Deductive Monocle, signing out.